Hey guys, coming at you with another update video all about the holidays and what I've been up to and what I'm doing in the future, plus a little family update at the end. So let's jump right into it. As the holidays approach, I am busting my butt trying to get some new product on my website for you. And I've been testing the last couple of weeks on offering my cinnamon rolls and my pizza crusts par baked so that you can pull from the freezer, top and bake for a quick dinner. So I've been working on this for a couple of weeks and I think I finally got it nailed down. I got my website almost ready to go, but it does take a lot to start shipping new products. I probably did at least 5 tests on my cinnamon rolls, and then I wanted to do another variation of them. So I'm doing my second test today on a different variation so I can have a couple different options for you. The pizza crust has been a nightmare. Like, I made some great pizza crust and I'm like, yeah, I got it. I even tried like swapping some stuff out of these and like trying to make the cost less and stuff like that too. So it takes a lot to get this stuff together, and I wish I could offer it at a lower price, but some things worked in swapping and some things didn't. So I made it the cheapest I could with the ingredients that I'm using for my recipes and the time it takes to make all these recipes. It is a lot, and it's just me doing it, so it's very hands-on. I make everything from scratch. So the pizza crusts have been super hard to nail down consistency on them and the dough in general. And that has a lot to do with our keto ingredients. If you saw last week's Saturday recipe video, you saw that I opened up a new bag of Anthony's xanthan gum, and it was yellow compared to the white of the previous bag I opened. And it didn't mess with that recipe that much. But with my pizza dough, I need a certain consistency in order to get that nice, smooth crust that I want. Like, I don't want any breaks and cracks. I want it to look like a regular pizza crust. So I decided to buy a cheaper brand of xanthan gum, and it is a little bit more yellow than some of the other ones I've gotten. So it is still a little bit stronger, but I figure same as with the allulose, if I'm gonna buy allulose at an expensive price and there's still inconsistencies, I'm just gonna go with the cheapest option possible. So I went for buying micro ingredients xanthan gum, which is quite a bit cheaper, like $1.05 per ounce for Anthony's to 75 cents an ounce for micro ingredients. So if I'm gonna have the inconsistencies, I might as well go with the cheapest brand possible that I can get and figure it out from there. So I figured it out with the new xanthan gum. It's a little bit stronger than the one I was using before, but not as strong as the newest Anthony's I just opened. So it definitely takes a lot to figure these recipes out and to make them in scale and efficiently and stuff like that. I tried different ways to proof and bake and freeze and bake, and if I could make them ahead of time and put them in the fridge and bake. That didn't work, at least after 2 days. I'm not in the bakery every day, so it's hard for me to do all these tests all the time. And then I had to figure out the best cooking method for the pizza crust once they were frozen. So I did a bunch of testing on that too. So you'll get instructions with the pizza crusts on how to bake them in an oven. I even did them in my air fryer oven. Again, I don't have every kind of air fryer, so those things are gonna be kind of a test for you guys if you wanna use your air fryer. Same thing with ovens though. All ovens vary widely also. So it is really hard to nail down instructions and recipes and shipping and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm finally almost there. By the time you see this, it should be up on my website. But besides that, I am gonna open up shipping to the last 4 states. So Washington, Oregon, California, and Nevada. I still urge you greatly to either choose 3-day select or 2-day air, because it is still pretty warm in some of those areas and I don't want you getting moldy baked goods. My stuff does fine, room temperature over an entire week. I have this stuff on my countertop all the time because I'm constantly testing things and not using the product except for myself to eat because it's not perfect. So I have it sitting out on my countertop for a week sometimes and it's fine. The problem is when you get it into a little box, into a truck, and take it across a bunch of different states with a bunch of different climates and different humidity and heat definitely wreak havoc on baked goods that have 0 preservatives in them, are baked fresh with fresh ingredients. So I really urge you to choose 3-day select or 2-day air. I even try to upgrade people if they do standard business shipping. Like if I think it's really hot there, I try to upgrade, you know, if I can, with some extra funds, $1 here, $1 there from other people's shipments. I try to do that. Sometimes I'm losing money on that, but I'd rather you have good baked goods than get stuff that's not good. So along with that, with shipping, eventually in the future, I do want to upgrade packaging, and I'll probably do an insulated bag or of some kind, or cooler with an ice pack and all that stuff. But I can't buy that stuff right now because the boxes I have fit the packages of goods I have perfectly right now. And I have a lot of them because you got to buy in bulk for the cost to be lower. So once I cycle through a lot of my boxes I currently have, I will start buying different size boxes and insulation and stuff like that to start shipping cooler boxes. Hopefully I'll have that ready in time for summer, because during winter time it's not usually too big a deal. But like I said, some of those places like California and some places in Nevada are still very hot right now. So if it's not dead of winter and like 60 degrees where you are, definitely pick 2-day air or 3-day select shipping. But hopefully by next summer I'll have upgraded packaging and we won't have to worry so much about the time limit of shipping my goods. Now, along with the shipping expansion, I want to mention that if you want something for the holidays, so Thanksgiving, always on a Thursday, UPS is closed Thursday, Friday. So you need to order by November 15th at the latest for me to bake on the 16th of November, for me to ship out on the 17th of November, so that you will get it that week and have it for the week after. Everything freezes great. You can throw it in the freezer until you need it. I put it in the refrigerator the day before you want to serve it. The cinnamon rolls, it's just easier to reheat them from thawed, stuff like that. But if you're not in the states surrounding New York, I am not going to be able to ship goods the Monday before Thanksgiving, because the places right around me, everything usually arrives the next day, at latest Wednesday. And I don't want to push it to states further away. Like, I was trying to calculate what states I could say could order. In North Carolina and South Carolina, they usually get it by Wednesday. But if there's any hiccup and, you know, holiday season, there's a lot more people shipping stuff, I don't want it to get delayed somewhere and then you don't get it until the Monday after Thanksgiving. So I just want to mention that because I want everybody to get what they need and want before Thanksgiving. And then for Christmas, Christmas falls on a Wednesday. So I am not going to be able to ship out orders on Monday because they will not get there in time. You got to order by December 13th if you want stuff in time for Christmas this year. So just want to mention that. I want everybody to get what they want before the holidays. The last thing I want to mention about my products and shipping and my website and all that stuff is an update on my egg white bread. I am down to my last tub of egg white protein powder from the Now brand that doesn't have the sunflower lecithin in it. And I bought in other brands. I just have not had a chance to kind of mess with recipes and try and figure stuff out. I do plan on doing that. It's just the fact that I want to kind of get everything going for the holiday season, and then holidays are going to be very busy for me. I also have my son's 3rd birthday in there too. So I'm going to be very busy for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'm just going to put it off until the new year. I do have someone else who said they would ship me 2 jugs of the Now egg white protein. So I'm hopefully going to get that in a little bit. So I should be good till the end of the year with my bread being on my website. The bread you guys all know and love. And I'm hoping in the new year I can figure out a bread that is just as delicious as the one I already have on my website. Well, that's it for that portion of the video. Now for what I've been going through the last couple of weeks, because it's been crazy with doing all that testing and everything. Van went to urgent care for the first time right before bed. He was playing Get Me, Get Me. He likes to chase us both back and forth, and he was chasing my husband, Adam, and he fell. We don't know what he hit exactly. We figure it was like the corner molding at the floor, because there was a big like hole in the center of his forehead. So normally when he gets bumps and bruises and scrapes and scratches, we're fine with just, you know, cleaning it, putting the Neosporin on it, putting a Band-Aid on. We have not had an incident where it was like, ugh, that's kind of bad. And of course it bled a ton because it's his head. But once the bleeding stopped and we looked at it, we're like, that's kind of deep. We should probably get stitches. So 9:30 at night, we went to the pediatric urgent care. Was open until 10, and we got there like 1:45. And it was real nice because they specialize in kids, and they had done a couple of stitches in the last week on toddlers. So it was really quick. He didn't cry hardly at all. He cried when it first happened, but then it didn't even last a minute and he was already like fine. And me and Adam were looking at it like, ooh, that's not good. We should probably go. So like we got him ready and we got us ready. And he's standing by the door and he's like, I'm fine, I'm okay. And then he was singing monkeys jumping on the bed, bumping their heads, you know. But he didn't want to go. He was like, going to the doctor? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go. He's like, I'm okay. But we ended up going anyways, even though he seemed fine, the bleeding had stopped and all that, but we wanted to make sure it was closed up. And he's a little crazy, so he, you know, bumps his head quite a bit, and we didn't want it, you know, not healing and all that stuff. So we went. He was fine until the 5th stitch they put in, and then he started crying. The whole time he was fine. They put some lidocaine lotion on it to numb it up, and he was like wincing the whole time, but he didn't cry at all until the last stitch. So the stitches have now been removed, and he still has quite a big divot in his head that is still healing. We're trying to do the Mederma and all that to hopefully minimize the scar he's gonna have. But yeah, so that happened a couple weeks ago. And then this previous week, right before Halloween, my dad went into the hospital. And that's a long-winded story, but he's pretty much the reason why I started my weight loss journey. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up there for you. I definitely have his genes. So he's in the hospital. He still is. We don't know exactly what's wrong yet, so we're just kind of waiting and seeing. We had to go visit him and stuff like that. So that cut into my work time a little bit, because whenever Van's being washed is when I usually do work, and all the text messages back and forth and, you know, updates and stuff like that. You know, he's fine now. It's just something that's been happening that they need to figure out why it's happening. That's going on, plus this whole week. On top of that, my husband had a bunch of family in town. A cousin from one side of the family and a cousin from the other side of the family. So we have been at people's houses celebrating and stuff like that, plus Halloween. So it has been pretty crazy. Van went and did his first door-to-door trick-or-treating, so I'll show you some video and pictures of that. He was so adorable. He was actually saying trick-or-treat and knocking on the door and stuff like that, and it was real cute to see him finally being able to go trick-or-treating. But it was very windy, like 23-mile-an-hour winds, and it was about 46 degrees out. And that day my neck started killing me. I don't know if it's from me like having my head down like the whole time we were out. We were out for about an hour, and, you know, battling the wind the whole time, and then picking Van up and out and, you know, falling up and down. My neck has been hurting. Woke up pretty painful today again, and this is Sunday already, so it's been a couple of days that my neck's been hurting. So hopefully it's just a little strain and it'll go away. I've been using like a topical gel, herbal gel on my neck and stuff like that, but hopefully that's behind me. I've been working all day in the bakery, and it seems to be okay today after the initial stiffness of waking up, but hopefully that'll be behind me soon. But that's about it for this week's update video. I hope you guys all enjoy the new videos that'll be coming up for the holiday baking season. I got a lot of stuff in the works. Don't forget to check out my Amazon shop page, especially Christmas time. I got all my picks for kitchen gadgets and stuff like that. The link is down in the description box below. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, I'll be back with more keto, low carb, healthy meals, desserts, and snack recipes. Bye guys. Happy keto baking.